mean, I don't want graphic detail, but I mean,
just imagine 1 second and then a minute conversation. Basically, that's.
Well, I mean, that it wouldn't take long for you to say. I understand that, but I mean,
she was already awake. She woke up. She woke up like when I got into bed and put my arm around her, and then something happened, and then it was like freaking one freaking second, and then she laughed, and I felt like I wanted to put a gun to my head, and I talked to her for a minute.
So there was oral contact.
For like 1 second.
Was she? I mean, I asked you this already, but I mean, was she not dressed when she slept in your bed? I don't understand.
I can't remember exactly why she wasn't. I don't know if it was a long time before, so she was still, like, she didn't have a single accident the last 3 months she was there. It might have had an accident earlier in the night, and that's why she didn't have clothes on or something, but she didn't have clothes on when I got there, pretty sure.
Okay, right now I can't talk. I mean, I know she's not lying or whatever, but I can't. I've already had it, like, when she told me I had to process, and throughout, you know, I've had to fucking process, and it's, I'm not gonna do anything right now. If they call, I'm not gonna answer right now, but I still have to deal with this PayPal thing. Just let me process. And are you working today, or?
I work tomorrow morning, 9 to 5. I would appreciate talking to you later, but just,
Yeah.
I don't know what I will do.
Okay.
I may just, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle this to get that far, basically.
Alright,
and
can you, is there,
earlier, the fact that I told her was, she didn't think about it for months. It was the fact that I told her it was a secret before she left and turned it into a success.
right, well, I mean, that's what I was saying yesterday.
It was one little giggle of her and me telling her that this is something that he shouldn't have done, and this is something you can't talk about at the time, and then she goes back to bed, and that was it. And I don't know that she ever even thought about it again until I told her about it before she left. It was like one freaking stupid second. It seems like if I'm really facing 4 years, I can just run off and tell Jen to rent the apartment, or have to rent the apartment for me, and fucking move to Texas.
Is it 4 years because it's oral sex? Is it 4 years because it's of her age? Like, is it the act, or is it the age, or what?
It's the act. It doesn't matter as long as she's, I think the age cutoff is like 11 or something. It doesn't matter that she's super young. I swear, I know. I just read the entire freaking deal, and I know I've seen charges in the paper that were much more specific by age than that. Like, a dozen different age cutoffs, and like, there's gotta be. It seems like I just read the entire penal code, but there's gotta be a million more freaking charges out there somewhere.
Is it separate between whether, is there different charges whether, depending on who's prosecuting it? I mean, is there like a state level of prosecution, or a city or county or something level? Might that?
You're right. I read New York State. There very well could be county variants on it. That's what I normally see.
That's all I can really think of. I haven't looked up that kind of stuff at all. I have no idea.
Yeah. There very well might be county variants. But but I don't know, it's just like, when I go to look at it, I'm thinking like, this is, might be embarrassing. It might end up on a list for 10 years. supervised drug. Like, that's what I'm thinking up to that point. And I'm losing everything, but at least, like, I can go through this.
Does it say...
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, no, I'm sure you could bring her to visit me in jail for several years, but I'd rather not that scenario either.
Me either.
And, I mean, I don't know, there's got to be a way to... There's got to be really some family court way of divvying this off somewhere with this. This should be so insanely common.
There should be a way to what? Family court what?
For family court to handle it within their own jurisdiction rather than the... Feel free to talk to all of us when you guys were here.
Right.
True, generally, I just don't need her going over it again with them and getting me like, you should be arrested. I don't want her to feel at some point responsible for it either. That's the same reason I can't hurt her. You know?
Yeah, I've been trying to kind of feel her out about all that as far as whether she understands that, you know, that you might, that if you were arrested, if you went to jail for what she said, that, you know, that it's not her fault, that she's not, you know, a bad kid for telling
right.
and whatever.
And I don't want
her.
That's the same reason I can't hurt myself, essentially. I can't have that on her freaking conscience.
Yeah.
Whatever it comes on her conscience.
I would agree, because she's got a very naive, you know, view of the world. She's 5.
I know, and I'd rather be like freaking held down on fire for 1,000 years.
She, you know, when we went through court last time, and she kept telling me, I want my dad to tell the judge what really happened. I want the judge to know I'm not lying. I want my dad to tell the judge he's a liar. Like, she would say that kind of stuff all the time, and I was like, Amelia, he can't ever do that because he doesn't want to get a longer time out. He's scared of never seeing you. So she's always had that idea in her head that you might lie, but it's not because you're calling her a liar that you're lying because you want to be able to see her, and that you're not really, you know, saying that you didn't do it in a way that, like, you know, you're not saying I didn't do it, my kid is lying. That, you know, I'm always trying to tell her, like, he tells the judge this because the judge can give him a longer timeout than what he has right now, and he doesn't want that about, you know, the choking thing and whatever.
You need to totally understand that in this situation, because if I play it wrong and I'm sitting in here in a situation where I'm defending myself over the course of like an 8-month thing, and meanwhile I'm not legally allowed to talk to her, which hopefully they would at least say I was legally allowed to talk to her.
Right.
I don't even have anyone to bail me out. I had my keys and credit card on the counter earlier in case they picked me up, so I could at least like get a hold of Jen and tell her to come bail me out. I'm sorry, but like I don't. If I could talk to her throughout the process, like as long as my maintaining contact with her and being able to be a father to her in whatever capacity is my ultimate goal, essentially. Like, and if I don't know, I could tell you, and that's what my indecision is. I could tell you right now, I could go to my family. If none of this else is around, I could go to my family. I could say, listen, I'm a freaking alcoholic. I don't feel that right now I should be the one with Amelia. I know what you and Andy think about Jen, but like I think Amelia is better off there. Jen's got a good thing. I could go to my family and say this. That 6 months from now, she'll come back at Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, and we'll do it that way. But I think Jen provides a better life. I could do that. Just the rest of it wouldn't go away.
Your mom and Andy wrote some dumb lying crap to the court, or said some dumb lying crap, or whatever the hell they did with your lawyer and whatever, and thought up all this lying junk that you did, but they've never spent 2 minutes of time around me. They didn't bother to see Amelia for the first almost entire 4 years of her life. Your mom started wanting to see her. Hold on. Your mom started wanting to see her after you abused her. Your mom had nothing to do with her before that, and she would come over and drop off presents on the used stuff she bought on the porch and not even knock on the door. I mean, I lived there, Joe. I know. And your mom never made any attempt to get to know me or to spend time with her granddaughter, who she suddenly wanted to, you know, be the big savior and keep her with Joe and what the hell ever. And she, God knows how much of this lying crap she thought up. Believe me, I know she was in charge of your bullshit defense of lies. but she doesn't know me to have any opinion, and you're gonna have to get out of your mom's butt one of these days. I know you owe her a lot of money for court, but, you know, she got you out based on lies, and her opinion of me is, like, non-existent. She doesn't know me. She sat in a courtroom across from me, and she has been around me, at Amelia's birthday party a couple times, and she's, like, set foot in the house when I was home, like, once? Maybe twice. In, like, 5 years of me living in New York.
The last couple times she saw you when you were back this spring, she commented on how much happier you seemed and, like, better stuff and whatnot.
She wouldn't know anything about how happy I am. She doesn't know me whatsoever.
Well, I know. She just saw you.
Oh, sorry. Anyway,
she's more content with you now. Like, I've been defensive of you to her as a mother the entire lifetime, basically, and she is with me on that now. This scenario where I could go and tell her that, honestly, I never knew. I don't know. Freaking self-denial to keep yourself going is a very powerful thing. And even though Amelia had told me all that in June about, like, being paid and all this stuff, when it kept never coming up, when we kept making this plan, I could sit there like, somehow this is going away, basically, you know? Somehow this is like, Jen, I understood how you would understand if Amelia had told you straight out everything. I understood how you could understand, basically, that I was still fit with her and let it go. But I'd also just because of drinking, which is my only real problem, just because of that, I had considered, like, I was concerned about it. Maybe she's better off with Jen, maybe I'm better off with Summers.